Wow. I'm small. Now I'm big. Yes. Who's ready for the best damn podcast of their life? Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update show with the guys blowing the long next door. Yes, it's Friday, June 20th. What's going on? We are just rolling through June, like absolutely rolling through June like no tomorrow. But we got some news today, and it ain't on the pitch news. It's off the pitch news. But it's good, and it's a lot to break down on this here. As you can see, it says Threads of Glory, Wrexham and Macron renew their vows. Yes, you know what? Because vows mean something. And you know what? That's why this is very important, because Wrexham and Macron have renewed their vows to be with each other. And Macron is going to be our kit sponsor. Is going to make our kit for next season. And there's a multi-year deal in there. And the reason why I'm using the word vows is because in this article that was dropped today, and it was a beautiful video. I thought there was a lot of a lot of warmth in it too. And what does it mean? So, anyways, let's talk about that. Also, let's talk about the rumors. There's rumors been saying that there've been two players at the racecourse ground today that were going to be signed. I don't know if it's true. I checked with my sources, and they said they haven't heard anything about it yet. But my source is pretty connected, so I will find out. But so let's do this. Anyways, please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't already, because we're on our way to 3,001 by the start of the season, and then 50,001. If you know, we're going to hit the heights of that too. We are not going anywhere on the Local Pundit. But yes, it's a good Friday, and also too, it's big news. Other than football, everything. I'm going to put this up because I know he's here. I know he's watching. Never heard of her. There you go. Aaron's child, Brandon. It's his birthday today. So this show is Brandon's show. They're celebrating his birthday. They have Deadpool, Welsh pool themed. Go look in the Discord. Awesome. Happy birthday, Brandon. You got an awesome mom and dad, awesome family. So good on you, man. Really well done. If you're not gonna enjoy that Friday night with us, might as well enjoy it with your family and have a great birthday too. But okay, let's dive into the show. Here. All right. So I won't put the video up because I don't want to get dinged, because people out there are just petty. Not petty. The people out there ding you if you use your stuff. So there you go, without asking. So we're not going to do that, but we're going to do this. We're going to bring it up. Wrexham AFC renew their partnership with Macron as the official technical kit supplier. Now, hold my beer. I'm going to get into what happened last year. I'm going to get into the size, all the stuff. But this is good. Threads of Glory, we're calling it, because you know what? They've been with us for a long time. So obviously Macron is an Italian sportswear giant, and we signed a multi-year deal with them, The partnership began in 2016. So there's some history there. There is definitely some history there. 2016, over 9 years, we've accomplished with the club from the National League to the championship. So Threads of Glory, they've been with us for the glory years. Everyone's like, why didn't we go with Nike? Why didn't we go with Adidas? Why? Those are two big companies. By the way, Nike and Adidas were brothers, by the way, and they broke apart. Just FYI, I should put that out there too. So the partnership began in 2016, which, over the 9 years, it's been with us. And some people don't like it because of the sizes, whatever. But hey, they're ours, and we secured a good partnership there. They're gonna provide the official team kits, the training gear, the travel wear, replica kit lines, and the global distribution link. Now, I know, again, hold the beer again. I'll hold my liquid death. I understand last year we got a lot of crap with the distribution. I have to shut this window because this guy's just going at it. Jesus Christ, going at it. It's at 6:15 at night. Something the better for everybody too. Happy birthday, Brandon, in the chat. Everyone's going here. Okay. So the distribution, I understand that. Let's take that aside from last year. We don't know all the ins and outs of that, but they said the distribution last year was delayed. Okay. Oh, wait, what are you going to do? So, but Wrexham will retain the exclusive UK retail rights through the club shops and the online store. But I got to say, there's something about loyalty here. And I kind of like this. Yes, I like a Nike or an Adidas kit, or even actually my favorites are the PSG with the Jordan logo. I think that's the best line out there. That is the best line out there too. So, think of what you may. They made a deal. It's good. and I think it's good for us because we're showing loyalty. And listen, it's not like a small company, you know. Macron's a big company. They're not as big as the other one, Puma, Adidas, and Nike, but it makes sense that we stick with our traditions and what we're doing. And here's the other one too. Don't change what's broke. Maybe it's our good luck charm. Maybe Macron kits are our good luck charm. Just putting it out there. Just gonna. I don't know. I don't know. What do you say? Talk about it too. Ruth says, "So glad you're going live tonight. I need a TFB family session too." Ruth H, I'm gonna. I've. You don't even know the day I've had. I mean, you don't even know the day I've had. But I'm happy to be here too. And you know what? I'm gonna do this too because I'm a good guy. A lot of people don't think I'm a good guy, but I'm a good guy. I'm going to invite people in to have their say about everything too. And I'm going to open it up to a Friday night because I need to talk to somebody tonight too. I mean, I need a therapy session. Let's go. But okay, back to the kit deal, Macron. So second part of this, it's more than just a kit deal, which is what I was alluding to a couple minutes ago. They're not just making shirts. It's like the crafting the identity too. If you watch the video, right? If you watch the video that was released, it was about the organization working with the Dragons and just kind of floating over the good VO and things like that, and just creating like an ambiance and just creating good creativity. I actually think the creativity between last year and this year, between the club and designing the shirts, is actually pretty impeccable. And you don't get that with a lot of the kits out there. So as much as people are like, oh, it's just Macron. But look at the quality of shirts that they're putting out. Look at the quality of every little detail, the stitch with the miners in the back, all those things. Those things are important. So, and the club's Welsh roots are always put in there. It's historic in our DNA. Those are things that you can't, maybe not to say that we're a small club, or we're not a Juventus. We're not a Manchester United. We're not a Celtic, things like that. But think about that. We're able to go in there and talk to talk to the owners and the designers at a Macron, and able to put our feel of Wrexham and what this club is about, not just about on the football pitch, but off the pitch as well. If you watch the latest Welcome to Wrexham episode 7, tearjerker all day long. Nobody puts it together like those guys there. Nobody puts it together, but that's indicative of everything too. And if Macron is a part of that, why change it? And they're allowing us to tell that story through their shirt designs. Great scaling, all the stuff. So it is a modern global presence. They do like the fact that we can have that kind of closeness and identity with the shirt sponsor, which is good. So what I've done a little bit of research on, Macron also shares the teamwork, the grit and design innovation, the community engagement. That's something that's very big with Wrexham and how we run our club. So there's something there, why we did the multi-year deal, why we came back. But again, I think the key thing we need to take away is the kits tell stories. The kits tell stories. Now, going back to Welcome to Wrexham, Rob and Ryan always said there's thousands of stories to be told in Wrexham, and the kit tells a story. Last year's kit told the story about the miners' disaster. This year's kit, which probably will be launched before we go out next month to the to Australia, they will be telling that story. Now, I know the kits they showed in the trailer that I'm not going to show for a couple reasons. In the trailer, they were last year's kit. I think it was Dabo. I think Clearworth was in there. I'm not sure who the other guy was at this point. But I think that if you're in the chat, let me know who else was in there. But they're all telling a story. So I think this is really just like a partnership of the fabric making of the club. So take that in. And it's not just a branding, all that stuff. It's about just telling stories. So yeah, you got to take that on, which I think is good. So let's talk about that. What do you think about, before I get to the next part of this, Joe, what do you think about everything here? Ruth says, the negotiation with Dick's Sporting Goods to sell the kits in USA as well. That's really good. Hip Karma says like and subscribe. Please do that. And the video was good. Who are the 3 players in there too? If I want to talk about too. And happy birthday, Brandon. I don't know what that means. Okay, back in there too. So it was Smith, Rathbone. It was Smith, Rathbone, and Clearworth. Okay, good. Thank you, by the way, Reliable Express. Thank you. But what do you make about all that so far? Do we like it? Do we like that storyline that we're putting together? Do we like it? You know, because everyone wants to shit on it. Everyone's like, oh, why would we do that? And fair play, Matt, Racecourse was like, this is always going to happen. So you know what? People always like, you know, the grass isn't green. By the way, back to the renewing their vows. You know, the grass is not greener on the other side. You know what? Also, you take your shit, I take my shit, I'll take my shit. I think we did well here with a multi-year contract, staying with the club. Sorry, staying with the shirt. Macron, who makes our shirt, rather than going out and trying to start something new, especially in our biggest season yet. Now, granted, every season is going to be the biggest season yet, and you know, because we're going up, but this is technically our biggest season in a long time. Matt Deasy says, meh. Matt Deasy, just all about the negativity, which is fine. Have you seen the Mullen negotiations with Logan? Logan, did you not watch yesterday's show? We broke the news. Peter O'Rourke broke the news yesterday with him. So, but I'm hearing good things about that. I think it's going to go through. And if someone wants to come in and have a chat, the last time I want to say it, but I will put it in the chat again. We can have that chat because it's Friday. Ain't got no job. Ain't got shit to do. Reliable Express says, I'm superstitious with sports. You win with the kits, you stay with them. Good job, Reliable Express. I like that. Express, I like that. And Smith's going to be huge this season since Chris. Yes, Parkey is all in on him, and J Rod is going to be the Fletcher role. Yeah, probably that's right. Matt is pretty neutral. Logan says, oh, my bad, guys. Haha, these shows are late for me at 2 a.m. Okay, Logan, no problem. Okay, back to moving on. Let's talk about last year's kit launch. I don't want to look in revisionist history because that doesn't do anyone good. But last year's kit launch did have a bit of frustration for everybody. Let's just be honest. It did. On the tour, we were waiting, and things happened. It was limited supply. There were shipping delays. There was poor international access, understandably so. Things happen. Nothing is perfect, producer and works in production, and there's always problems, right? And you know what? You have to solve those problems. That's the thing. You have to always anticipate there's going to be a problem and try to solve it as quick as possible. We tried to solve those things as quick as possible, and you know what? Everyone built up. The anticipation. We still got our shirts, but it was a little bit frustrating. Maybe they lost out on some money. We don't know the issues, but on the renewal, it directly addresses those issues. And it says right here, Macron has expanded their retail footprint. Check this out. All right. Macron has extended their retail footprint. Means kits will now be more readily available across US, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand, which we are traveling to in about 3 weeks. So Macron, from last year's experience of faltering and not being able to deliver what they wanted as far as the amount of timing and the amount of shirts that will go out globally. Even I think Rob says it took him like 3 or 4 weeks to get a shirt when he had one shipped to his house. So it happens, but they addressed the issue. They've expanded their global retail footprint. So that might have been part of, I don't know this for certain, I'm just going to say this, that might have been part of, hey, we'll go with you, but you need to expand your footprint. We need to get things out globally. You need to put things like in Tennessee or whatever, or where, and have a supply down there. So maybe that was part of it too. We'll go with you again. We want to stay with you, blah, blah, blah. And maybe that's part of it too. So they did address those issues, and they want to make things more readily available. So they have a larger footprint. So that's a good thing. So, you take a bad thing, like as mentioned with the production with Anne, and you try to fix it for the next time. And now they have an opportunity to do that. So let's give them the opportunity to fix to see what's going to happen in the next season. Okay. So now fans around the world, like myself, like all of you out there in this global local pundit community, will have easier access to the gear, which is great, which is what we want. Now, here's what I'm thinking, why they launched this now. I thought it was really odd that they launched the kit launch. They launched the signing of Macron as a partnership without launching the new kits. So I'm thinking this. I think the 25-26 kits will be revealed right before the Wrexham Down Under Tour. I think that's going to be happening. It is a little bit backwards. I understand we're seeing them in the old jerseys, although they didn't feature the jerseys, last year's jerseys. But I think on the tour right before, they will be on the global stage. So we got 3 weeks away. We have 3 weeks Now, next week's, by the way, next week is going to be next week. The big news will be the drop of the fixtures, and then maybe the week after that, right before we go. I think that's going to happen. The new kit will be on tour with them. I think that's maybe why they did this now. It is a little weird not to see them. Hey, we're with Macron. Here's the new kit, but that's going to be a separate marketing thing. So fine. It'll be massive. It'll be awesome. Hopefully they'll have some for sale this time on the tour. They did have them last year, but it all goes to the international footprint. So just watch this space. Let's see what happens here. So listen, if we can get kit sales on tour next month with the new Macron kits, that'll be fantastic. I think that's one of the things that they have to have talked about going into the season. I mean, listen, Wrexham, call me. I would love to be a part of this. Let's go. I'd love to be a part of this too. So what did the bosses say about this? Well, before I go into that, some of the quotes here, before I go into that, okay, I'm picking up my red jersey top on Monday. Okay, Sean DC, that's awesome. And Hazard brings access, says, wearing my away jersey right now for poker night. The shirts are high quality. You play poker, bro? Yeah, always bet on. Yep, I don't play poker. I wish I did. I should probably start. I took my Mariners hat off and put my Wrexham hat just for this one. Good man, I love it. It's a good shout. I wish I had a Wrexham hat. You can get one too. And Hip Karma says, I came across. I can come in on a couple if you have no guests. I mean, no one wants to talk to me, Hip Karma. Not even you at this point. You said you want to come a little later. Come in now. What are we doing? Have your stay. Let's go. You gotta put your camera on though. Gotta see that. Texas Hold'em. Yeah, no limit Texas Hold'em and Little Omaha. I don't know what that is, but it sounds good. Okay, moving on. What did the bosses say? What are the quotes? What's going on? So Michael Williams said, the CEO said, Macron understands us as a club and a brand. Okay. We look forward to benefiting not only from their design and technology, but their distribution reach. Now, he just highlighted something right there. We just talked about them having a larger footprint. Okay. So that tells me, and I read this earlier. Yes, I did a little bit of research before. That tells me that this is probably part of the deal. You guys expand that a little bit more, and we'll do this. I mean, that had to be part of it because I'm not going to go revisionist history and say last year was great. I would have loved to have bought all 3 kits while I was on tour. So that's probably part of it too. Macron CEO Gianluca Pavolino. I should know that I'm Italian. Pavolino. The partnership reflects how sport, passion, and innovation can create something truly special. That's a great quote. The partnership between Wrexham and Macron reflects how sport, passion, and innovation can create something truly special. And Italians have passion. As a full-blooded Italian right here, we have passion. So I think this is great. I think there is good synergy here. I think there's really good synergy here. And again, if something's working, why break it? And I understand, it's not working. It might be our good luck charm. Why not? It might be our good luck charm. Multi-year deal. Did I miss the number of years? Did it just say multi-years? 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Oh man, I think it just said multi-year deal. Okay, great. But 9 years. I mean, listen, 9 years. That's a lot. Trust me, I've been in a relationship for 15 years. I mean, that's long. 9 years is long too. There you go. Oh my God. Oh, Esteban's in the house. Esteban, I'll bring you in, but I'm still gonna read. How you doing, bud?
What's up, bud? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Welcome to Friday.
You ain't got no job. You got nothing to do.
I got nothing to do. Got 2 more segments here of this, and then I want to get your full take on everything. Cool? You want to hang? I'll bring you in. I'll bring you in. Watch. Okay. So Macron with the community. Macron is also keeps it local. Their sports hub is in Wrexham. They have a space for teams, athletic, local fans, and engage directly with the gear, which is great. The final take this is what I want to bring you on. Why Macron and not the kit, not Nike or Adidas? I want to get your take because I know you well enough to know this might hit your. It might spark a little interest to you. Why not Adidas? Loyalty, control, and identity. Macron was there when no one else was. Okay. Now look where we are. Long before the lights of the docuseries. So you have to give that respect. I like that. Okay. They offer creative control. So I think we had a lot of control in that too. Customized storytelling and a real collaboration. I think that's good. Bigger brands as Nike and Adidas might not, and I talked about it briefly earlier, might not allow us to do what we want to do because we're not the big clubs. We might have a big story, but that's it. So, and also too, this is probably the key point. Wrexham are not trying to be like every other club. They're writing their own story. So what's the deal?
They probably, one thing that I've seen a lot about when it comes to partnerships with Adidas and with Nike is that they have their standard kits, right? And so I think a lot of
yeah, you tightened up that beard, didn't you? Damn, you tightened up that beard.
No, I just I took the little brush.
Oh, you're still looking good, bro. Looking good.
Hey, man, thanks.
Good. Sorry.
No, so they have those partnerships, and I've seen a lot of teams that basically it's like they had like the standard kits and they just kind of change the colors.
Yeah.
And it's only a few selected clubs that get a chance to design their own kits. So yeah, I can totally see that. I mean, I don't see any kits with scales on them.
No.
In any of the other brands. So yeah. I get that.
Yeah. So I know initially I saw some people like, oh, why Macron again? But I think all of it, when you break it down like this, when you go through the breakdown of why, I'm like, oh yeah, there's loyalty there. And it's like, even though there's not everything's perfect, as relationships are not perfect. Happened last year, great. They had a bigger footprint. But I think when you break it down like this and you look at it logically, I think this makes good sense.
Yeah, I agree.
What are you drinking there? I missed it.
Just water.
Oh, just
my bottle.
Just water.
Just water.
Good
man. A little bit of stuff that you put in to flavor it a little bit.
Okay, good man. Yeah. Everyone's loving your beard, brother. But when you break it down like this, he's a handsome dude. The loyalty and everything like that, the control over creativity. I think this is good. I think this is a good move. And you know what?
I'm sorry, hip karma. Oh, she's like, "Phew, Josh has company now."
Well, she didn't really want to. She doesn't want to talk to me these days.
I know.
She's not a big fan of me these days, which hurts my feelings. Oh, Deez is coming in. Oh, we're going. Oh man, it's not. There you go, Deez with the it's beard heavy tonight.
Yeah, feeling pretty good, man.
Yeah, that's good beard. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. So Esteban has seen me with my beard, and so I think he's trying to match it now.
Oh,
we've been seeing each other a lot.
No, honestly, I haven't trimmed it yet. In a couple of weeks.
Don't.
It looks a little fuller, but it's gonna be next week. Probably it'll be time to trim it.
Oh man, that we need is Rousey awake? I don't know. We didn't have a beard in here.
Wake him up.
Wake him up. No, we well, sorry, that's fine. Go ahead.
No, Josh, I listen. I came on because I think I have to correct you a little bit. So it was Adidas and Puma who were brothers.
Oh, it wasn't Nike. Oh, was it?
Yes, Adidas and Puma. So the story is that these two guys were, they lived in this little town.
You're right. Sorry,
Bavaria.
You're absolutely right. Nike's fucking. Oh my god, I just watched the other night too. That's why. Yeah, you're right.
So they lived in this town in Bavaria. Yeah, Nike is from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where they started in Oregon.
We're gonna watch
that guy started. I think that guy started with some rubber that he dropped on a toaster. Not a toaster. A waffle maker.
Okay.
And that's how he got that waffle pattern.
Oh wow!
Or they're running. Yeah. His wife. I remember hearing about this too. That his wife really hated him for a while because he was messing up all her waffle makers. He kept messing up the waffle makers.
Hey, no one's wife has ever hated any husband. Trust me. You know.
Right.
No, right. No, I hate. You know, ones you hate. Dislike. Sorry, dislike.
I'm sorry, dislike. Very much dislike.
Yeah. JB65, good to see you, brother. Hey, buddy. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
So those two guys, right? They start off their company and they're doing great. And during World War II, they were forced to make bazookas. They took their factory. The government came in and they appropriated all the factories, and their company had to take the bazooka and basically what's when you what's the term when you take something that somebody else made and you like make it yourself, retro engineering, I think it's what it's called.
Okay, sure, I agree. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, they had to engineer it. So their bazooka, their Panzerschreck, I think it was called, was based on the American bazooka.
Okay.
And that's anyway. So that's what they were making during the war. But I digress. These guys, one of them got married. The guy that owned Adidas is Retrofit. Thank you. Reverse engineering. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like we're doing with the aliens.
So yes, exactly. Anyway, so the guy from Adidas got married, and the wife didn't like the other guy, and like she wanted to like basically interfere in the business. So it was like a whole Yoko Ono situation going on there.
Okay, nice.
And so the guy started those two guys started feuding, and then during the war, there was some other intrigue and stuff, but one of them ended up betraying. I think the same guy ended up betraying the Puma guy and his wife, and like turning him into the Allies.
Oh wow!
And so so they effed off to prison and in an Allied prison, and then they continued Adidas. And then when he got out, he came and he's like, "F you," and I'm gonna start my own factory. And he started his own factory on the other side of the river. So they're both in the same town on the other side of the river. And the really cool thing about this is that both of these factories, like, there were clear divisions between what people wore.
Yeah,
were on one side of the river, people wore Adidas. On the other side of the river, people wore Puma. And it was like the Capulets and the Montagues. They just did not mix. And if you went on the other side of the river, you got your ass beat.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it was one of those situations. But now they made up, and ever since. So.
We went to Sean. By the way, I'm sorry to cut you off there, Sean. There's some kind of echo on your end there too. Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry, there's a reverb there too. Look at that. Hold on. Let me try now. Is that better?
It's a really great story.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Sean, pop out, come back in.
I can change. Yeah, I can change things.
Yeah. Okay. Come back in. All right. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, see, listen, this is what you get on TLP. You get more than that. Yeah.
It was it's a really interesting story. There's a podcast called Stuff You Should Know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They have an episode about it. And I actually listened to that just last week.
Okay.
So it's really fresh in my mind. So I was like, hey, wait a second, I know this story.
Well, you know what's great? People are gonna watch this podcast later, and they're gonna be like, "Who's this dumb Italian American?" And he's like, "I think it's Nike, right?" And then 10 minutes later, they're like, "The guy's gonna come on you," and you're like, "He corrected me." And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's great. That's a cool story," which is awesome, by the way.
Well, hey, for those of you who are listening in the future, go listen to Stuff You Should Know. There's a really good episode about it, and I'm sure there's more. Now I'm gonna go find something because now I'm really interested in the story.
He's going deep dive. Addison Madison is here. Yeah, what's going on?
I can't do it any other way. Once I get interested, it's like a dog with a bone. I go try to find out everything I can.
Go all
at ADHD, man.
Yeah, you go all in with like Ken does. Chris, I don't know for sure, but I like that by someone else. And Kits, what I want to know is whether Jamie Vardy has signed it. Not signing Jamie Vardy. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think.
Nah.
But there is the rumor of there was two players. I'm not going to quote who it is. I checked with my sources. They don't know anything yet. But we will watch this space. I'm not saying anyone's wrong or right, but we will watch this space. But as far as the kits go, I would expect within the next week, before next 2 weeks, you think we'll get a kit drop? Next week will be the fixtures, right? And then kit drop, I think, will be after that.
I think we'll get them next week, both.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What colors? That would be really cool.
What colors?
Especially if they're not going to announce any new signings. I think that they're starting to see. I think that I hope that they're recognizing that the natives are getting restless.
Yeah, well, I know. Sorry, I have like a bad angle here, Mike. I'm just more light on my face. I'm interested to see what they're gonna what's gonna happen too. Did you watch the last episode of Walking Rocks?
Not yet. I think we're gonna watch that tonight.
Bring your tissues. It's a good one.
Oh,
it's a good one. Really good. Are you coming down for the next week?
I got my sleep.
Yeah, you coming down for next week?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, I can't really do it.
How far is that? For you?
It's not the distance. It's just
Okay.
Situation won't prohibits outings and stuff like that at the moment.
I get it. Trust me, I get it. Hazard says I need my Australian preseason fix. Last 6 weeks have been lacking of action. No action, but hey, the Club World Cup's been pretty good, and you know what?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, right. It's been really good.
Yeah, the Pachuca Salzburg game was really freaking exciting. That was a good one. The one today, LAFC and I don't know how to say the name, but the LAFC one was good. Yeah. They blew it in the end. They effed themselves out of staying in contention.
I'll tell you, Flamengo Chelsea today was good. One of the Brazilian teams is going to win this. Mark my words. Botafogo.
Probably. You're probably right.
They're in form, and there's so many players. There's a kid named Wesley that was playing for Flamengo this morning who was absolutely fire, man. Number 43, right back. He's really good. So, but it's actually really good. But speaking of going back to Hazard, we're going to get to the Australian tour. We'll get there. We're getting through it. This is the doldrums of summer. We still have stuff to talk about, which is actually pretty impressive. But no, I'm excited about that. What say you? Anything else on top of mind for you that you want to bring up?
Each time I watch Palmeiras, I'm like, what? Because that guy Esteban.
It is good.
He keeps getting the ball, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, Esteban. He's good. He's going to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yep. Addison.
Chelsea lost too.
They lost to Flamengo. Flamengo today. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our MLS teams equivalent to League Two.
Oh wait, so there's one on right now.
Yeah, Bayern Munich are playing Boca Juniors. It's a good game right now happening on too. Yeah.
Shit.
So, yeah. All right.
You got to put that on.
Yeah, jump if you need to. I'll probably wrap us up here unless there's something else you think you want to get to or no.
No, I'm good.
Good. My brother's calling me. I'll call him back. Hold on 1 second. Stay right there. I'm live.
Bayern Munich is up by 1.
I'll call you back. All right. That was my brother. See, I answer phones while I'm live on air. Esteban.
Bayern Munich is up by 1 right now.
Up by 1. Yeah, Harry Kane scored. See Messi's free kick last night? It was absolutely awesome.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. Right in the corner. Just the way he does it.
DAZN or TBS is happening too. But
yeah.
All right, brother. Let's get everyone on here. Hazard.
DAZN, DAZN.com, and the whole tournament is on for free.
Yeah, it's on for free, which is great. And then they're going to charge you for the fights and all that crap, which is great.
And I've just been keeping it on in the background, as I do my day things and my chores and everything, and it's been great because I'll stop and watch every once in a while. And my wife's like, "When am I going to get you back?"
Well, you're always with me. You're always you're always with me, man. Sorry. My brother's like messaging me. He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "All right, cool." He's like, "I'm live on the show." All right, brother. Come in. We'll have a.
What about Sean?
In the next couple of days, and bombshell yourself out.
What about Sean? Is Sean coming back?
Sean will be back. We'll take care of Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
On that ball.
Good to see you, buddy. Esteban's in the house. Not Esteban, it's Esteban too. But just to recap tonight, what happened there. We signed the Threads of Glory. Wrexham and Macron reviewed their vows. And I think it's just more than just shirts, a shirt, designing our shirts. I think this has to do with like the history, been with us the 9 years, that collaboration, allowing to tell the stories, which I think is actually pretty good, which is really good. I'm impressed by this. And we can't we can't harp on the past of, oh, they effed up last year. We didn't get things out. People didn't have it. Fine. Okay. Just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. We got to move forward. You got to look forward. You got to stay in it. And we stayed with them, and I'm really happy about that. 9 years is a long time. Let's go forward. I'm excited to see what the kits they're gonna have coming up this season, and I'm sure they'll drop in the next 2 weeks before we go to Australia. I'm hoping they have some already printed out for the Australian tour, so we can see Ken in a medium. He likes to show off his guns. Ken's a big guns guy, so we'll have to see that. But all good stuff here. Just to recap, and I appreciate Esteban coming in and correcting me on the Puma thing. It's just when you're on and you're talking, and me, it don't make any sense. But awesome. So we're gonna get out of here. Let everyone have their Friday night. Addison Madison's holy hell, 2,310 subscribers. I was number 3. Wow. Addison Madison, have you been on the show? You have to come in and say hi. You were number 3. That is, yeah. Addison is right. It was Addison, Mike. I remember my first Addison, Mike, and I think Chicky Brewer was number 1. Chicky Brewer, Addison, and Mike, I think were our first 3 subscribers. Yeah, that's right. You have to come on at some point. You have to come on. I love it. Awesome. Good to see you, Addison Madison. Please come back a little bit more. DJ says it's great stuff. Love the long-term relationships. Absolutely. You are the O of the G's. Chicky Brewer number 1. I think Mike was number 2, and you were number 3, and then Wade might have been number 4. Wow, how long we've come. You know what? I love this community. Before we get out of here, I'll just do that. Addison, always happy to see you in here. Never lost to me how we get this started too. So I so much appreciate you. Also, don't forget, next Friday, June 27th, at the Aero Theater here in here in Santa Monica. I said Los Angeles. Wrexham are going to be showing the episode 7 and episode 8 of this Q&A, which is going to be fantastic. That's going to be happening next week. So make sure if you're in town, want to come in for that, do that. The producers, if I can bring up the thing, I will do that. Where is it? The Aero Theater, I think it is. Hold on, Aero Theater. Of course, I wasn't planning on doing this, but okay. Anyways, next week, don't forget there will be the Q&A at the Aero Theater here, and they're going to be showing episode 7, which they showed last night, and episode 8, which I hear is absolutely amazing. For Welcome to Wrexham, it's gonna be awesome. So if you can get down here, the link is in the chat. And Fan Zone just released a video. I don't know what that means, about what, but anyways, do that. If you're gonna be in town, go check that out. I'm gonna sell this out. I'll be there. It's producer Ann's birthday. Hopefully she can pop by with us too. It'll be a lot of fun. Also, too, if anything breaks in regards to signings or anything, we are here live. We're here live to do that, to break that news with everybody. So keep an eye out. I think Palmer's leaving. I think Mullen's leaving, and I think Palmer's leaving. And also, I think we might be getting some signings in. So there we go. But thanks for coming in. Remember, Sunday will be Champ Chat. Champ Chat's going to be all about the championship. It's going to be a fun one. So smash that like button, subscribe. On to 3,001, then 50,001. If you know, you know. And on that bombshell, I'll see you all soon.